Welcome to Backstory Collections. Before we delve into today's topic, here is a quick question. Which animal has the highest kill rate in the jungle? A. Lion. B. Tiger. C. Cheetah. D. African wild dog. And the answer is the African wild dog. With a kill rate of 85%, the African wild dogs are the most lethal hunters out there. What makes them so successful? Well, it's their remarkable teamwork and coordination.
With each hunt, they have become closer, more in tune with one another, and better at working as a team.
Nature never ceases to amaze us with its wonders, whether it's in the jungle or in our daily lives. Teamwork and collaboration can lead to incredible achievements. Let's look at the Apollo 13 story, which is one of the most unbelievable stories ever told of human ingenuity and collective brilliance. 11th of April 1970, a third mission to put man on the moon yet another time. 3 astronauts, James Lovell, John Swigert and Fred Haise, are scheduled to fly to the moon in a 6-day mission called Apollo 13. At 1913 hours GMT, the families of the astronauts wave at the spacecraft as it lifts off from the Kennedy Space Center. 1 hour, 37 minutes later, the astronauts are broadcasting the experience live on national television, except nobody is watching, because in parallel to this event were the entertainment programs of Dick Cavett Live, Lucille Ball Show and Houston, Texas Ball Game. Nobody had time for Apollo 13. 2 days and 7 hours later, a routine task of stirring the liquid oxygen tanks would create a short circuit resulting in an explosion,
We've had a problem here.
cutting off access to the main power source. Of the 2 oxygen tanks, one has completely exploded and the second tank is leaking oxygen rapidly. The oxygen in the command module will run out in about 3 hours and the spacecraft will take at least 4 more days to make a full turn, if at all. News breaks out and suddenly the whole nation now is only following Apollo 13 news.
The flight of the Apollo 13 to the moon is in serious jeopardy this morning and is not going to make a moon landing. And it is now a question of getting the men home safely.
Weeping families of the astronauts are informed of the possible unfortunate end. The astronauts' children receive sympathy and condolence messages in advance.
And everybody came up to me and said, "I'm so sorry, your dad's going to die."
But the mission control team on ground has different plans. They have a new mission, an impossible one, to bring the astronauts safely back to Earth. Little did they know, for the next 3 days, fate had an unimaginable test in store for them, demanding feats so extraordinary which will push the realm beyond human imagination. This is what they do. For the rest of the journey, they shut off all power in the 64,000-pound spacecraft, operating solely on energy enough to run a home vacuum cleaner. Since the computer guidance system had failed, they performed complex maneuvers by manually calculating free float navigation and executing the slingshot around the moon using just pen and paper, slide rules and basic instrumentation. To avoid certain death of astronauts due to lack of oxygen and carbon dioxide poisoning, a new carbon dioxide scrubbing device prototype is immediately designed using duct tape, plastic bag and plastic pipes. The astronauts recreate this simple design quickly in the spacecraft. A new Earth re-entry manual procedure is created, which includes not less than 500 steps. This is explained and dictated to the sleep-deprived and tired astronauts simplistically with no error. Result: 6 days after liftoff on 17th of April at 18:07 hours GMT,
Odyssey Houston, standing by, over. Roger that.
successful splashdown. The impossible has been achieved. All astronauts are home safe. This is an outcome of the concept of Tiger Team, a high-performance collective intelligence. Tiger teams are swift, focused, and highly effective. These experts collaborate intensively, working together as a cohesive force to find innovative solutions and achieve remarkable outcomes. Collectively, they can overcome a barrage of uncertainty. Studies show that projects led by Tiger teams have a significantly higher success rate compared to conventional teams. Their multidisciplinary approach and focused efforts make them a force to be reckoned with.
That most of what we do today was once unthinkable. With that mindset, what couldn't we do?
A study by the National Institute of Standards and Technology found that an appointed Tiger team was able to identify 85% of security vulnerabilities that were missed by the traditional teams. Here is how to assemble a Tiger team. 1. A general rule of thumb is to have a minimum of 3 members or as many as necessary. 2. Select diverse individuals who are experts or have good enough knowledge. 3. They should have a natural inclination to problem solve, not complain. For example, ability to self-learn or work for extended time under pressure. Where can Tiger teams be formed? Local community development, disaster relief, social causes, environmental conservation, innovation and entrepreneurship, and in almost any field. Here is an important question. What kind of leadership is important to drive a successful Tiger team? The answer is servant leadership. A servant leader is one who will take the bullet for the team, guards the team and eliminates barriers, trusts and guides the team and gets out of their way. Now let's compare two leaders who delivered exceptional results but had different outcomes on the teams. Gene Kranz, the lead flight director of Apollo 13, calmly blocked the White House and President himself from interfering with the Tiger team's focus to save the crew. His steadfast leadership not just brought the crew back home safe while navigating the unknown, but also made legends out of everyone.
Capcom, we're go for landing.
On the other hand, the Tiger team of the first iPhone faced toxic leadership at the hands of Steve Jobs, resulting in mental breakdowns and several divorces.
The project was so hard on the secret teams that it ruined marriages and cost some workers their health. Some employees worked every day, giving up their nights and weekends for years at a time. iPhone engineer Andy Grignon speaks, quote, "The iPhone is the reason I'm divorced. It was probably professionally the worst time in my life. It was especially hard on the married guys. There were a lot of divorces.
With tiger teams and servant leadership, the journey of greatness knows no bounds.
So we will describe all those details later because of shortage of time.
Yes, sir. I take this opportunity to thank all the mission executives because
And that concludes today's episode. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated with more captivating stories. Until next time, thank you from Backstory Collections.